Okay, well, it's Sunday again. And I have to say, despite all manner and forms and number of distractions, I think we're ready to put some paint on this. Primer for now. And followed by some seam sealer and then some black chassis paint. You can see here I got that patch piece installed, waiting for the welder to show up. But it's fitted. I had to do some massaging on it right in that area because the radius was wrong. It was teetering on that. The radius on the patch piece, the added piece, was sharper than the radius on the piece under it, so it was teetering back and forth on that. I had to modify that. You can see it's been cut there. So anyway, I've got it all screwed in there right now, so hopefully he can stitch around the edges before removing the screws and then use the screw holes for plug welding once it's stitched together so it's not going to separate. The hole is drilled there for the shock to go through. I'm going to tape this area off so that it stays bare while I'm painting, because I'm going to paint up to here, to this body, this floor brace. I'm going to paint up to there, so that'll take care of this whole area above the rear end and above the gas tank, under the trunk floor, under the battery box. All of that's going to get painted. See, I've been in here cleaning. I used lacquer thinner in a spray bottle, and I kept spraying it and wiping it and spraying it and wiping it until the rag came out pretty clean. So, like I say, first thing we're going to do here is put some primer on this. And according to the seam sealer, you're supposed to put it over primer. So I'm going to prime it first and let it dry, and then we'll seam seal it and start putting some black on it. All right, later. Okay, well, we got the first coat of primer. Probably the only coat of primer up here. Finally. Looks pretty good, I'd say. I don't know. I'm not going to get too awful anxious about primer. I think it's got a decent coat of primer on it. I'm not going to go nuts and put a big, thick, heavy coat of primer on it. I don't think that's necessary. It looks like it's pretty well covered. That's two cans, whatever those cans, 16-ounce cans, whatever those cans of primer are. That's 2 cans of primer there. So I think it's got a pretty good coat. It looks good. Most places. There was a couple of spots look like where I could have cleaned a little better, but you can see this piece here, it's all bolted in from when this car got damaged at some point in its past, and I tried to get those bolts out, and because the flange right here is not exactly flat against the cross member, and when the turkeys put the bolts in, they welded the threads. They welded the nuts to the threads, which I guess is a great idea if you don't want them to come loose, but do a good job first. So anyway, this is where we're at. Got a coat of primer on it. So I think tomorrow, and you notice here I masked that area off so that when he goes to weld it, it's still clean. We'll patch that in later. But like I said, there's a couple of areas where it's a little light, but I think it'll do. All for now. Thanks for watching. Bye.